just gave us action.
Lights, camera, action.
Action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Say It Again podcast. I'm JaVae Graham.
What's going on, baby? I'm Nails, man. Ronell Rashid, man. Y'all know this face by now.
Lee, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm just a guy behind the cameras, pushing buttons.
Pushing buttons, making things happen.
There we go.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a wonderful. I think it's a wonderful. It's raining outside today, but I do think it's a wonderful day regardless.
That's beautiful outside. It feels good. It's not too hot. It's not too cold.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect temperature. It's like room temperature bottled water.
Yeah.
You know, you can drink it. You can tolerate it. You don't prefer it, though. You want a little bit of sunshine.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But you know what, man? We have a whole lot of beautiful days ahead of us, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's coming.
We got a slot-filled summer.
Yeah.
Like, it's about to be... It's about to be disgusting.
I'm really excited. You know what I've been telling people lately? I feel like everything in life has been happening for a fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the same day y'all hit me up about the Florida trip. Yeah. Right? I got hit up like the next day about a trip to Puerto Rico next month.
Right.
So I'm like, I feel like everything's just falling into place. Like
it's just lining up like little Lego pieces, stacking up in all the right ways.
Oh my God!
Because I got back-to-back trips as well. Nowhere like grandiose.
Yeah.
Like not Puerto Rico level grandiose, but grandiose enough to keep me busy.
Hey,
because 2 days after my birthday, I gotta fly up to Tennessee to drop Avery off. Right. Then we got Monday Night Raw.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw.
Then 5 days after that, I'm flying to Connecticut. It's a surprise for me. I don't even know what it is. I just know it's in Connecticut.
It's gonna be lovely, whatever it is, man.
I said flying up to Connecticut, driving up to Connecticut. There ain't no reason to fly to Connecticut.
Maybe you wanted to get there fast.
I mean, you know. Then a couple weeks after that, the Florida trip for a whole week.
That's gonna be lovely, man. I'm happy to be bringing in your 30th with you, man.
That's 30.
Yeah.
That's 30, my guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Where we going today?
Yeah, we talking about all these flights to these other places. Where you want to go today? Let's go somewhere today.
Do y'all think that like relationships now like just aren't as strong as like they used to be?
What time zone is used to be existing?
Oh man, I would say
grandparents era.
Yeah, because my parents couldn't keep it together, so I would say grandparents era.
Yeah, so many things that contribute into that.
So many. Religion, right? Like religion's a big one, and that's like not as big of a thing as it today as it was then.
You don't hear too many people say they going to church these days. Like that kind of faded out. Back then it was mandatory.
Yeah.
Like now you don't really hear too many people make it a thing to go to church. It's kind of like we make it.
Yeah.
It seemed like COVID erased the church for like as many people used to go. It's like once COVID came around, it's like it gave people an excuse to not show up.
Yeah.
It's like I can't go back there. It might have COVID in there.
Yeah, somebody might sneeze in that motherfucker.
Sister Shirley, you know, she
Sister Shirley been hacking a lot.
It ain't that bronchitis either.
Yeah. No, man. I don't know.
Maybe if you think people ain't willing to put in the time and effort that it takes to make a relationship work.
The whole instant gratification generation thing.
Like, it's easier to give up than to work shit out.
Mm-hmm. It's way easy. It's so easy to give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the whole grass is greener thing. Like, all right, I don't want to go through this with this person, so I'll just try to find me somebody that matches as close to my standards as I can, you know.
I
feel like sometimes I feel like everybody should just step back. Sometimes I feel like everybody should just make like a universal agreement. Like, yo, we ain't gonna do the relationship thing right now. Let's just focus on our fucking mental health and shit.
Mental health matters though.
It does.
It does.
Matters. It does.
That shit matters because that shit can affect like relationships.
I've ruined shit over my mental health. Like when you sit back and like look at shit, you know, like when you're really critical of yourself and you actually like sit back and like look how shit ended and like how you performed in certain situations.
Yeah.
Like you start to realize like, oh shit, like you learn a lot about yourself.
Do y'all think that relationships can affect your mental health?
Yeah.
As much as like mental health affects a relationship?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because you have to be mindful. Like you have to be mindful of who you spending that time with, how it could weigh on your, you know, on your psyche. Because like dealing with other people ain't easy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's one thing to deal with your own shit if you choose to deal with your own shit. But like dealing with somebody else's shit on top of your shit, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You got somebody else's energy around you, any situation is going to affect you.
Yeah.
If she having a bad day and she blame you, she go through your phone and say, who's these girls? Oh, what's my mother? You never met her before? Why I ain't never meet her? Because you be acting like this.
I don't want to bring you around.
Yeah. Like, what you gonna say in front of my mother?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My mother's sacred to me, dog.
Yeah.
If I introduce a girl to my mother, or I'm even thinking about introducing a girl to my mother, like that's some sacred shit.
Yeah. I know, like that's a stamp of approval, right?
Has that always been the case, or is that like now? Because before people used to be introduced to my mother by proxy. Like they had to get to my room, they had to pass my mother, so you had to say hi to be respectful.
I get that. Now for me, it's like if it's like something like that, then it's like okay. If it's just like an in passing thing, cool, right? But like to actually like for me to let you sit down with my mother and like that's like my main, like that's like my ace in the hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for a lot of black men, like when you turn to your mother, that's like your number one counselor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me to like introduce a shorty to that's like, oh,
yeah,
that's a big deal for me. I'm very picky about who I let even see my mother.
Yeah. Because my mother used to be the type, like every girl I dated, she wanted to meet them. Like as soon as she found out I was talking to them, and I'm like, nah. I think she had learned that through my older sister. They were like, you don't need to meet everybody because they might not be serious. It might not go nowhere.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste that like on just somebody you talk to for a month and then they not there no more.
Yeah. My mother is very sacred to me. Yeah. I don't just let anybody just talk to my mother, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So at this day and age in y'all life, like, do y'all still consider like the whole idea of meeting somebody else's parents, like, and hold that in high regard, since you hold yours in such high regard?
Yeah.
So, like I used to care, like when people used to try to introduce you to their father, but then they try to intimidate me or something. I'm just like,
it's like
we both adults now. Like, what are you doing?
like, all right, let's stop this. Like, I'm not gonna be scared of you.
Yeah, you got a big dog. Like, we ain't gotta like have a pissing contest.
Yeah, you know, we're grown. We're grown. I don't like that shit either.
Yeah. Luckily, like my girl's father never tried to pull like the intimidating thing. He just pulled like the concerned dad thing. Like I want to make sure my daughter's like.
That's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, I never had to worry about like him trying to like, you know, intimidate me. It was more like I want to get to know what kind of guy is around my daughter.
That's fair.
Gave me the stamp of approval. He gave me like that old man handshake.
Oh man, the strong one.
Like that, just that strong.
Calluses on his hands.
Yeah, like the hard-working dad hands.
Oh man.
And he looked me square in my eyes. He said, "You take good care of my daughter."
Oh man.
And it's like, or else what?
Yeah, you sit there, you look at it, but you like you think that in your head. You're like, oh, what you gonna do, man?
What's gonna happen, nigga?
You sit there, you be like, all right, bro. Like,
Like, nigga, oh, you just shaking hands, looking each other in the eyes and shit. Like, nigga, I wish you would. He thinking the same thing about you. He thinking the same thing about
He
you.
looking at you like, give me a reason.
Yeah.
Give me a reason.
You piece of shit. You scumbag. Fucking my daughter.
But you know the sad thing about it is me being a father, I know I'm gonna do that shit.
Hey, yo, I ain't got no kids yet. I'm scared. Somebody gonna look at this and be like, "Oh, he's a misogynist." I don't care. I'm scared to have a girl. I'm scared to have a girl. I'm scared to meet a shorty and then she get pregnant. And she's like, "Oh, it's a girl." That's scary to me.
Fatherhood is scary. Something you adapt to, you adjust to, but it's still scary. Like knowing my daughter's gonna date someday.
Yeah.
In this generation of what's being bred now.
Yeah.
I'm scared for her.
It's some scary shit, dog. I was on a train the other day, right? Like, yo, these kids is wild now. Yo. I was on the train the other day, and it was this kid. Like, mind you, it was just it's like a circle of like white guys, right? They're not together. It's just nothing but white dudes around. And I'm sitting down, and there's this one kid. He's just on the train. He's in front of this dude. He's like, I'd have knocked your ass out. He's just like in this dude. Yeah. And the dude's just trying to he's like looking around. He's like trying to ignore him. He's like, oh. And then that nigga over there, I'd be like, he's like, that dude over there, I'd have picked him up and threw him. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do. He said, he was like this scrawny little kid. He was like, I'd have picked him up. He was like, And then he's like, I'd have knocked his ass out. So y'all wouldn't know what to do. I was sitting on the train dying.
Yo, this is
these kids is wild, yo.
Yeah.
These kids he was loud as shit too.
Yeah. Do you ever see young people now? Damn, I feel old saying that. Like young people now, and you like, yo, was I like this? Like, was this me?
I wasn't like that.
I question it. I know I wasn't, but then it's like you looking at it from your own perspective.
Right. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I wonder how people saw me at that age. Like how older people saw me at that age.
They looked at me crazy. I had a bunch of fronts.
Oh, you used to wear
I had like 6 of them all the way across the top. Loud music. Listen to 3 6 Mafia.
Oh,
man. It probably looked that way to them.
Yeah.
I listen to 3 6 Mafia now as like a grown ass.
Yeah.
That's 3 6.
I felt influenced by it at the time.
Yeah.
They was an influence, yo.
Yeah.
They was like, yeah, damn.
Everything now it seemed like when you listen to it, I be hearing like 3 6 Mafia in my head, like some of the shit these niggas be saying.
Yeah.
It's all 3 6.
Let me ask y'all something. I want to jump back to relationships though.
Let's go.
How would y'all feel?
Okay.
If you date a girl, y'all think y'all morals align and all that shit, like it's seeming like it's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to like a 1.5 year mark and you feel ready to propose or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or make it official. Maybe I've been talking for that long.
Okay.
And then she hits you with the Lori Harvey shit.
Is that what we calling it? The Lori Harvey?
She hits you with the Lori Harvey. How would that affect your outlook on the rest of your relationships? Or would it?
Here's the thing. If you asked me even just like a few months ago how it would have affected me, I'd have been like, oh, I'm never going to try and marry any one of these bitches like ever again, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like I've been going through I feel like my ego's been life has been finding ways to cut my ego down a little bit. And so I think now I just be like, okay, like as much as we call ourselves old and shit, I'm 31, right?
Yeah.
That ain't shit for real.
Nah, you still young.
Yeah, okay, it didn't work with her. Is she cool? Yeah, but you gotta move on.
Life goes on.
Life goes on. For me, I feel like I have so much more life to live. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. What about you, Lee?
If that happened right now, well, not right now. Let's just say hypothetically speaking, if that was to happen and I'm in a single world, well, dating and to me, single is like kind of the same thing almost. Like we ain't doing taxes together.
Right.
We might live together, I guess. That's when it gets different. But if she hit me with the Lori Harvey, I'm just like, all right, well, that's where you at right now.
And just let it be.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay if that's where you at right now. I don't think nobody should be forced to be married because somebody else wants to. It's kind of like if you dating somebody and then the other person say, I love you. It's like, okay, just because I'm lovable don't mean that you're lovable.
Right.
So I'm not obligated to tell you that I love you back because you haven't done anything to make me feel that way.
Right.
At this moment.
Right.
She's 25. Shoot. Yeah. 25, man. It sounds like a good number.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I think it was a good number for me, though.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't remember it that much no more.
He's what? He's
30. I think he's like 10 years older than her. Like
he's 35.
So he got to be like 35.
That nigga gonna be alright, man. People need to leave that shit alone.
Yeah.
People need to leave it alone. But I do understand like the anxiety that can come from it. Like a lot of people, not even just niggas. I guess like women even feel it too. It's like man. Like the idea of giving your all to something and then it doesn't pay out. Like
it don't pan out the way. It don't
pan out the way you thought it would. I think that's like. I mean that's life, obviously, but that's also like I guess that's scary to a lot of people. Like,
yeah.
You know, I feel like maybe that's what it is that have people like so drawn to the topic, because everybody feels like they're giving so much and then they're getting back very little.
No, they ain't getting a true 50-50.
Yeah. And then some people say they don't even want 50-50. It's, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think that exists, 50-50? Like in a relationship?
Nah.
In the ideal world it exists, not this one.
Not in the real life.
No.
Nah. Because some days, somebody's going to have a bad day. Other person's going to have a good day. And then you got to pick up the slack from the bad day.
Yeah.
And you got to give more sometimes.
Do y'all believe a man should take care of everything?
What's everything?
Finances, like, I honestly just that, like.
You talking about like the rent shit? Like the man should pay the rent,
all the bills, like all of that shit that the woman should have to want for nothing. Like she shouldn't have to like actively contribute to that aspect of the relationship.
I'm gonna let Lee jump on that first because I got like,
yeah. For me, so I would say right now I do not do 50-50. My girl, she stay with me, but I told her from the jump, hey, look, mortgage, all that important stuff, I'm gonna take care of. You can pay for food, you can pay for gas and electric. Because those are the bills that's really gonna be affected, like versus what I was gonna pay anyway before you showed up here. Like if you wanna crank the AC, I don't wanna come behind you be like, yo, turn this down. The bill too high, like, oh, you know what it is because you gotta pay that.
You're right.
Yeah. Food, hey, there's more food. All right, you know what that is,
right? You know it's time to hit the store.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I look at it from that approach. Like whatever agreement y'all decide to like come up, whatever works for y'all, basically. Like times is hard out here. Mm-hmm. It's not like back in like our grandparents and our parents' day, where you could like people are still getting paid like minimum wage here.
Yeah.
And the cost of living is like ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you got it like that, to where you could pay everything, or, majority of it, cool. If y'all agree to do 50-50, cool. Like, I think it's all up to the couple, like, whatever they agree on. I don't think it makes anybody less of a man or less of a, because it all depends on your financial situation and,
Do y'all think, so, all right. Let me know if y'all understand this concept, right? Do y'all feel like a man that comes along and says, I'm paying for everything, right? Like, and not even just like the big shit, like the mortgage and stuff like that. Like they say, yo, I want to pay for the food. Like I literally want to put the food on the table and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Do you think on some level, and if y'all need me to elaborate, I will, but do you think on like some level, a man that feels as though they have to do everything is more insecure than a man who won't?
Ooh.
Power thing sometimes. That could be a power dynamic, but also could be where you from. because the power of letting go and you being in full control all the time might not be a necessary insecurity, but you want to be in control. Like, you don't want to hear no to the next thing. So sometimes in certain cultures, you got where like polygamy is more rampant or more like acceptable. They do that, and the women are okay with it because they like, well, you gonna take care of it. I don't know if you ever heard of a book called Sex at Dawn, but they kind of went through like the history.
I've heard of that book. Yeah,
like why that is the way why women behave or respond the way they do to the idea of monogamy. So some people act in accordance with that law of things versus, just I think it depends on strongly where you from or where you at in your life.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
What's the word? It's a word I've been hearing like so much in like for like the past year. Do y'all believe in God? What's the word? They try to say it's attached to like a woman's nature that she wants a man that has like access to like all the resources and shit like that. What's the word I'm looking for? They say they like in certain communities they say it's a part of like a woman's nature to like, and they say it's all women, not even just
like
a few
specific group.
Yeah, they say. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember.
Is another word for nature? Woman's nature?
No. It's specific. It's a specific.
Innately?
No. It's a specific part of supposedly of a woman's nature where she naturally wants the man that can provide her with the most resources.
Can't.
The word is going to come to me.
It's going. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
I don't even know how to spell that. I'm gonna try to Google it though.
Please do. Is hypergamy is supposedly like this thing that supposedly existed forever is when it's the belief that women will always go for the option that presents them the most access to like resources and like.
So like the man with the most benefits that come with it.
Yeah.
Would that fall under like something
like
like slang terms like a gold digger or something like that?
I guess that would be a gold digger in like the most extreme case. Right. But it's the belief that like all women, no matter what. And like I ain't gonna lie to you, like I don't believe this now, but for a minute I believe that was a thing.
Really?
Yeah. I believe that was a thing.
Like
I'm just now getting out of it like, that might not be true.
So is that like the thing like when people say, take the time to work on yourself and build on yourself so that when somebody comes along they reap the benefits of it?
Yes. I guess that's a level of it. I guess that's a level of understanding that someone developed where it's like, if you're your absolute best self, like in the material world, like you have
a lot more to offer.
Yeah.
That's why they say, get a car, get a house.
Get a car, get a house, and a nice one.
Yeah, a nice house.
Yeah.
A nice paying job.
Yeah, because then you're more likely to attract the other type of woman you want, because the type of woman you want wants a man that has all of that shit.
Yeah.
Do y'all believe that's a thing?
It looked like it's saying something about classism or something. I'm looking at it here. I'm trying to understand it. This is the correct spelling?
Yeah.
Okay, for the listeners, it's spelled HYPERGAMY.
Mm-hmm. It's a term used in social science for the act or practice of marrying a spouse or of higher caste or social status than themselves. It is mostly practiced by women. Yeah.
Does that seem like it falls in with like a lot of minority groups, or even like not minority groups, where if you see like they want them to date kind of within their race? Maybe I be getting like when they say, marry like, like marry.
I think that's what do you mean? So like
if an Asian person dates an Asian person,
mm-hmm.
because they're gonna be a doctor or something.
I guess that would be an aspect of it. And to everybody viewing, like I obviously don't know a whole lot about this.
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
This is a new concept to me.
I never even heard of it before.
Yeah,
like not that like term for it, but
yeah. But I suppose hypergamy can exist they say in the study that I guess they believe it's usually practiced by women, mostly practiced by women.
So,
but
let me ask y'all this: do y'all think y'all could ever be stay-at-home dads?
I have no desire to.
You have no desire to?
Yeah, I have no desire to either.
Like,
I suppose if I had no other choice, right? Like if I was like, if something happened to me and like a bullet struck a nerve or something, like I can't do shit else.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
then,
you're forced to be a stay-at-home
yeah,
dad.
fine. But like,
well, I guess a bigger question would be, would y'all have an issue with dating a woman that's the breadwinner? She makes way more money than you?
No.
Nah, that's cool.
Nah.
She can make money.
Yeah, that don't bother me at all.
Yeah. I know that's a thing for like a lot of like men, like
If I gotta pay all the bills and she make all the money though, it's a little bit different. I pay all the bills.
All the bills. I'm over here struggling and you comfortable?
You just over here comfortable making all this money, you know. That'd be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. I know for some men that's like a thing.
So would it ever cross your mind? So like say you were dating a woman that makes like way more than y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like leagues more than y'all. Would ever occur to y'all like, yo, how did I get this woman?
I ask myself all the time. I ask myself that all the time now.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Mm-hmm. But like it's crossed my mind. Like, yo, how did I get this damn lucky? Like, what did I do to deserve this?
I'm honestly starting to like my thoughts have been changing lately to the point where it's like, I don't know, I think a lot of people out here just don't want to be lonely regardless of like how much money they make.
They just want somebody. Anybody.
Yeah. Cause I've wanted that before too. Like I've messed with girls that like had like they shouldn't even be talking to me. In my mind, right? They shouldn't even be talking to me. But then I realized like, oh, like when you really get to know that person, like, oh, they lonely as shit.
Like you've done it out of boredom and shit, just because you wanted like their company.
Maybe not even boredom. Maybe not even boredom, but just loneliness. Like just
because you were lonely.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Yeah.
Have you ever shot your shot? Have y'all ever shot your shot like out of boredom?
Yeah.
Like you never intended for anything with somebody, but you just wanted to like
just to see what would happen.
Yeah. Like I'm bored. I want to see like.
Yeah, I've done that.
You've done that. I've done that.
Mm-hmm. Is that toxic to y'all that we do that? That we've done that? No.
I don't feel like I was the one doing it. So it could have been.
That's not
science.
It's not wasting time.
Yeah,
no, it's not wasting
time. It is
the
scientific.
If it works out, then it works out. If it don't work out, then
yeah.
At least I'm finding honing my skills for my future wife.
That's very true.
That's a good ass way to look at it.
That's very true.
Yeah. Y'all don't feel like it's leading, like what they say, like leading people on or playing with people's emotions or.
Just because you're conversing with somebody, like how's that? They shouldn't take it that way.
I feel like there's different like tiers to like dating too, right? There's like just going out on dates, right? Then there's like, oh, you going over her place, and then there's like y'all fucking. It's like I feel like it's different tiers to dating.
Yeah, like if you shoot like, all right, what if you shoot like a shot? Like you like, hey, like let's go out sometime, but you know you don't intend on really taking. Like you don't care if you go out with her or not.
Right.
Is that wasting time?
If you make the date and y'all actually supposed to show up and you stand the person up, then that's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like it only counts as wasting time if y'all not on the same page.
Yeah.
Like if one of y'all go expecting it to be, more than what it is, then somebody's time then they might feel like they're getting their time wasted. But I think if communication is there, it's not wasting time.
It's not wasting time.
Yeah. If she cheated in her past, it's not wasting time either because it kind of cancel out.
Yeah.
It's just her karma and I'm helping her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I'm just an instrument of the Lord, my G.
An instrument of the Lord, messages sent from the universe.
Yeah, instrument of karma.
God damn it.
What can you do?
You a nasty pastor.
Yo, we ain't nothing but pieces on the board, right, Lee?
Yeah.
We ain't nothing but pieces on the board.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you think about it,
You just playing your part.
yeah. I'm a microcosm of the macrocosm. What I'm saying?
Yeah. So, bro, you. Oh, here's a question I want to ask. Oftentimes, throughout social media and society in general, we often see like these posts or like these opinions of people that describe what a man is.
Mm-hmm.
What is your personal definition of a man? What makes a man?
Oh man.
Because everybody got their like opinion. Like a man does this and a man does that. A man, what does being a man mean to y'all? This music is fitting for this, by the way.
Nah, it is. It's very fitting. I'm happy we did this. What does it mean to be a man to me? Come back to me. Lee, what do you think?
To be a man?
To be a man.
See, the definition of a man is that he can constantly evolve, right? So you got different stages of manhood. Mm-hmm. So at one stage, you might look at the superficial surface level because that's the stage that you're at the surface level, where you're absorbing all the things that you see other men doing, and then you try to construct that replication of it. So you might say, okay, the man takes the trash out, the man pays the bill, but then you get more information and you cross the next surface. So you go, okay, well, if all these other things are changing around me, why would this definition stay exactly the same? It's going to get tweaked a little bit. So maybe he don't pay all the bills. Maybe he manages things differently. Maybe he has a little bit more better guidance. Yeah. So I think it constantly evolves. So to say and give it one standard definition and lock it in at that point is to put yourself in a box as a man. And I refuse to do that. Because the black man don't belong in the jail.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know what I think a man is a person who says, yo, and I suppose that this could make a woman as well, right? Like yo, this is what I want, and nothing's gonna stop me from doing this. Like no matter what it is. Right?
So a go-getter.
not even necessarily a go-getter, right? You could say, yo, I'll look at somebody I'll look at a homeless person as a man if they say like, yo, I'm happy right here, and this is what I want to be. This is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And because they say they're going to do it and they live by that, like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. This is like my code. This is what I live by. That, to me, that makes a man. Or even a woman. If they say, yo, this is what I want. This is what I live by. And I'm like, and like, of course, like, I also do think like accountability is a part of it. So like learning from like mistakes and something like that.
Yeah.
Like Lee was saying, is adaptability.
Yeah.
Right. So like living by a code and like and adapting that code to like what you need to survive, or to make life easier. But I do think living by something and like sticking to it, I think that's definitely a part of it.
So it sounds like you create your own definition of what a man is.
You create your reality.
Yeah.
I can see. Yeah, I think that's a healthy definition of what a man is.
So if a woman does the things that a man does,
good for her.
Good for her, right?
Yeah.
So she's creating her definition of what a woman is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It got the word man still in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I read.
A black woman is God, then what does that make us?
Huh? If that's the case, then that makes us demigods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take that. I'll be a demigod.
I take that. Hercules, my shit.
I don't even know any other demigods. Why don't you go ahead and close us on out, JaVae?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the first episode of Say It Again. I'm JaVae Graham. This is Ronell Rashid. The man behind the camera is Lee.
Big Lee.
And we are signing off.
Say it again.
We're signing off. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
it.